Kia ora koutou and welcome back to NZ Clever Home. It's been a while since my last video, but things have been crazy over the last couple of weeks. And a couple of you have emailed me asking for a tour of the smart devices that I use currently in my home. So I thought, what a better video to start with than a walkthrough of all the devices that I have. So let's take a closer look. Before we begin the tour, I just want to explain the different types of platforms I use to control my devices. I have expressed that my ultimate goal is to have a complete HomeKit home, and it's still my ultimate goal, but I'm not quite there yet. I still have a few devices that don't talk with HomeKit natively. So in order to send them down to HomeKit, I have to use another platform as well. The platforms I use in my house are HomeKit, obviously, which I run with all my Apple devices, Amazon Alexa, just because they are super cheap and they work with anything, and I just can't quite not be on that buzz. And thirdly, and probably most important at this point, is Home Assistant, which I run on a Raspberry Pi. So now that we know about the platforms I use, let's take a look at the tour. So our tour begins at the front door, and one of the first home automation devices we bought was the Ring doorbell. This is a great little device. It has a camera built in so that you can have audio and visual communication with whoever's standing at your front door. It is of course a doorbell. You push the doorbell, you get the chime, and with your cell phone you can then communicate with whoever's at the door. But not only that, it's a motion camera as well. So if anyone were to approach your house but not push the doorbell, you still get alerted. You can have a 2-minute record on this so that you can see 2 minutes leading up to the doorbell being pushed. And with an account, you can store all of those videos online. This is one of our first devices and I still love it. So one of the things I forgot to mention at the front door is this August smart lock. This was the second purchase we made for our home. It's absolutely fantastic lock. It connects directly to Apple HomeKit. You can operate it manually just by turning it, or of course you can operate it remotely. So you can open your front door from anywhere in the world using the native app or Apple HomeKit. It was a little expensive, but worth every penny. I love this smart lock. So coming into the living room, in this room we have 3 Hue lights. So we have a Hue white light, we have a Hue Go, which sits behind here, and behind the TV unit we have a Hue light strip. We also have an Aquara temperature and humidity sensor. Down here we have an Aquara smart socket. Over by the TV console we have a Show Me security camera and our Ubiquiti Amplify HD modem. If you're getting into home automation in New Zealand, I strongly suggest that you bypass the free modem that you get from your ISP. Because it just won't cut it and you need to buy a third-party modem. This is the best one I've found. It is without doubt fantastic. We have our HomeKit hub, which is our Apple 4K TV. We have an RM Mini 3. This RM Mini 3 is what we use to control our TV. We have 3 of these in the house and we'll get to those shortly. Down here we have Amazon Alexa. Here we have an Apple time capsule which we use as our NAS. This is our Philips Hue bulb hub. And behind the cabinet, attached to the cabinet, we have a Raspberry Pi 3, which is our hub for our Home Assistant. So that's pretty much all that we have in the lounge room. Let's move on to the family room. So in the family room, again, we have a multitude of Hue lights. This is the first one, it's a color bulb. This oil heater here is controlled by another Aquari Aquara smart socket. If we come over here, behind our cabinet, we have another Philips Hue light strip, another Xiaomi security camera, and this is our second hub for Apple HomeKit. This is a HomePod. Over here, we have another temperature and humidity sensor from Aquara. Up here, we have our second RM Mini 3, and this one controls our climate devices, so controls our heat pump. This is a bit of an extravagant device. This is our nano leaf light panels. It serves no function other than to just look really cool, and I love it. In the kitchen, we have another LED light strip, a Hue light strip under this cabinet. And under this cabinet, we just have a cheap LED strip, which is controlled by another Aquara smart socket under the sink. So yeah, that's pretty much everything we have in this room. Moving on to the hallway. So in the hallway, the first thing we have is a really cheap and inexpensive camera. This is from another Xiaomi camera. This one doesn't move or can't track people. It just is one single shot down the hallway, but it does have a micro SD card like the other three do. And here we have our Aquara hub. So all of those Aquara devices, the thermometers and the humidity sensors and the sockets and the door sensor, they all connect to this, and then this connects directly to HomeKit. This also acts as a night light and as an alarm system, and you can even get radio on it. So this is a pretty cool little device. In the garage, we have another camera and a door sensor, but you know, we're not going to show you that. There's no point going there. It's really simple. The door sensor tells you whether the garage door is open, and there's another Xiaomi security camera. I said I wasn't going to come in the garage, but I just want to show you that in here we also have the Broadlink 4-channel Pro, which operates our garage door. We have another Xiaomi security camera, and over on the door, way at the top, I don't know if you can see it over there, we have a little white door sensor, which is the Aquara door sensor, which tells us if the garage door is open or closed. Let's take a look in our daughter's room. So in here we have, one Hue light bulb. We have another ordinary light, which is controlled by a smart socket under the bed. We also have a party light. Do you want to turn that light off? Which our daughter just loves. You can turn that light back on. And we also, her heater is also connected to a smart socket under the bed. So let's take a look at our, all of these, of course, all of these lights are controlled by a Xiaomi wireless button, which also connects to the Aquara hub in the hallway. I have a video coming soon that will show you how you can create toggle switches for those wireless buttons. Into our son's room. Again, we have, he has two Hue lights, so he has one here, the blue one. You might want to turn that light off if you can't see it. The blue one, and up at the top of his bed, he has a yellow one, and these are all controlled by another wireless switch that we have here, which also controls his heater, which is connected to a smart socket. Oh, let's turn that off. Let's go into the office. We have this LED light strip that's on my desk. That's on a Xiaomi smart socket. We also have this Hue light bulb and another smart socket over there, which is controlling that fan. And again, all of these devices are controlled by this Xiaomi wireless switch. In here we also have a Amazon Echo Show 5, which is just the smaller versions of the Amazon Show. So that's the office. Let's take a look at the master bedroom. So in the master bedroom, above the door, we have a Aquara human sensor, which we also have in the family room above the door. And those sensors are set up so that as soon as motion is detected, the lights will come on. So I'll switch this light off just to show you what it looks like. As soon as I come into the room, the lights come on. And in this room we have 2 Hue light bulbs. Over in the corner we have another Aquara thermometer and humidity sensor. We also have one of those in each of the kids' bedrooms. I forgot to mention that earlier. And this is the human sensor above the door. This is also Aquara, and we have one of those in the family room as well. Also in this room, we have our third RM Mini 3, and this again is controlling our climate, so it activates that heat pump. We have an Echo Show, which is their small cancel.
I couldn't find that video.
Cancel, which is a smaller version of the Amazon Alexa products. And at either side of the bed, we have another Aquara wireless button, and each button controls the lights. So that's what we have in this room, and that wraps up our whole house. So that's it for the tour of my house. Those are all the devices that I currently have working. What I've got planned for the future, I want to investigate changing all of the light switches to wireless switches so that the normal house lights can be controlled. I want to get an Aquara curtain motor for the curtain in the master bedroom, and I want to investigate some outdoor surveillance cameras. We have the Xiaomi security cameras in the house, and you know, they're not the best cameras, but for the price that you pay, they're 89 New Zealand dollars. They are pretty awesome product for that price bracket. But I want to investigate some outdoor surveillance cameras. I want cameras that are HomeKit compatible. I'm quite interested in the Arlo Ultra, although I have a friend who's told me that having cameras that can connect to the cloud are a little bit dodgy in terms of being able to be hacked. But you know, I mean, there's more research to be done there. But that's about it, really. I'm just going to keep going on my journey. If you have any questions about my setup so far, then flick me an email here. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more videos. Ka kite anō.